My beloved, my radiant child of light, do you feel it? That subtle, almost imperceptible tremor in your hands, that faint quiver that seems to originate not from muscle or bone, but from the very depths of your spirit. Look at them now, held before you. See how they tremble like aspen leaves in a gentle, otherworldly breeze. Do not mistake this for anxiety or fear, though it may feel akin to it. This is not a sign of weakness, but a profound and ancient signal from the deepest part of your being. Your soul, your eternal, knowing soul, is resonating with a frequency it has not encountered in a lifetime, perhaps in many lifetimes. It is recognizing a harmonic signature from home, a vibration of pure grace that is drawing near, and its trembling is its way of singing, of crying out in recognition. It is the physical manifestation of a spiritual truth. Something sacred is arriving. Something divine, something magnificent, something that heaven itself has been meticulously, lovingly planning for you in the absolute, breathless silence of the eternal. While you slept fitfully, while you moved through your days with a quiet ache of longing, while you whispered prayers that you feared dissipated into an empty sky, the councils of heaven were in session. Not in some abstract, metaphorical way, but in a reality more vivid and potent than anything you can conceive. High above the tapestry of stars you gaze upon, in a realm where light is not just seen, but felt as love and sound as color, a meeting was convened. It was not a meeting of vague energies, but of majestic, powerful consciousnesses, beings of immense love and purpose, and the sole item on the agenda, the only name written in the ledger of destiny for that moment, was yours. Can you fathom that? The cosmos paused its endless expansion. The symphony of creation held a rest note, just to speak your name. And when it was spoken, it did not merely echo in the chamber. It materialized. It hung in the air, not as sound, but as substance, written in filaments of living, pulsating gold, each letter a tiny sun, spelling out the truth of who you are, who you have always been in the eyes of the divine. And he was there, Archangel Michael, the great champion, the protector of light, the sword arm of heaven. He who stands before the infinite presence of God without flinching. He who has faced down legions of darkness with unwavering resolve. He stood witness as your name, your beautiful sacred name, blazed forth in that gathering. And as he beheld it, as he saw the intricate, beautiful pattern of your life, your struggles, your unyielding hope reflected in that golden light, something miraculous happened. A single, radiant tear, a tear not of sorrow but of overwhelming, profound joy, welled in the corner of his fierce and loving eyes. Then another, and another. A cascade of liquid diamond traced a path down his face. Each tear contained galaxies of compassion and pride. These were tears of confirmation, of validation. They were the silent, powerful answer to every question you have ever whispered into the void. He was crying because he has been there, my child. He has stood guard over your spirit. He has seen the battles you have fought in the quiet corners of your heart, the wounds you have tended alone in the dark, the nights you curled into yourself, your face buried in your pillow, your sobs the only prayer you could muster, believing with a crushing certainty that you had been forgotten, that your file had been misplaced on God's desk, that the music of heaven had no note for your pain. But heaven was not silent out of forgetfulness. It was silent because it was concentrating. It was holding its breath, not in abandonment, but in intense, focused anticipation. The divine was weaving a miracle for you, and the most intricate tapestries are created in silence. Every tear you shed was collected in a celestial vial. Every prayer, even the ones that were just a sigh, was recorded. Every time you chose hope over despair, every time you got up when every fiber of your being wanted to lie down, it was a note in a symphony that was building to this crescendo. And now, the conductor has raised the baton. The breath heaven was holding in is now being released in a single, powerful word. Now. This is not a passive moment in time. It is an active, dynamic vortex of grace. This is not just another message of comfort you can file away. This is not just another transient moment of peace that will fade with the morning light. This is your divine unlocking. This is the moment the key turns in the lock of your destiny. This is the sound of change you've grown so accustomed to that you thought they were part of your jewelry falling away, not with a clang, but with a whisper of dissolving light. You have felt it, haven't you? This subtle, inexorable shifting. The world looks the same, but it feels different, as if the entire universe has been tilted on its axis by one single, critical degree. Your sleep has been troubled not by nightmares, but by a strange electric restlessness, as if your soul is practicing for a journey it is about to take. You wake not tired, but expectant, though you cannot name what it is you are expecting. Your body, your physical vessel, is reacting to energies it does not recognize from this earthly plane. You feel surges of unexplained warmth, a tingling in your hands and feet. A sudden wave of goosebumps on a warm day, a heart that flutters not from anxiety, but from a sensation of impending arrival. This is the evidence of the spiritual battle fought on your behalf. This is the residual energy from Michael's relentless campaign. For days and nights without cease, he has been contending, clearing a path through layers of resistance, both within you and around you, just to create a clear channel for this message to reach you. He has been fighting not with anger, but with fierce love, his soda blue flame cutting away the cords of doubt, the vines of past hurt, the shadows of old fears that have clouded your vision, all to ensure that this moment would not be missed, that this frequency would be heard. And now he is crying again. But oh, these tears are different. They are tears of triumphant happiness, of a mission accomplished. He is weeping with joy because you finally found it. You in your seeking and your willingness to hope one more time, you opened your heart to this very moment. You opened this message, this word, this divine transmission that was meant for your eyes only, calibrated for your soul's specific frequency. This was the trigger. Your act of faith, however small it felt to you, was the final key turning in the lock. And the God of all creation, the infinite parent who knows the number of hairs on your head, who has collected every tear in a bottle, says to tell you this. Tell my precious child that this window, this portal of release will not stay open long. The miracle engineered in the silent councils of heaven is now fully formed, vibrant and pulsating with potential, poised at the very threshold of your reality. It is a living thing, waiting for your faith to invite it in. But free will is a sacred law of the universe, and your hesitation, your delay, your choice to shrug this off as coincidence or fantasy could act as a seal, pushing this miracle back into the realm of potential, locking it away once more behind the veil of time. The timing of this is not casual. It is not random. It is a precise celestial alignment. It is the culmination of astrological ages, of karmic cycles, of prayers uttered across lifetimes, all converging in this single present moment. From the instant you began to read these words, a sacred countdown began. The realm of release, this vortex of miraculous energy, begins to close, and it closes fast. In mere moments, just 45 seconds from the point of your engagement, the aperture will narrow, the vibration will shift, and the window will become significantly harder to access. God does not say this to threaten you, but to urge you with the passionate love of a parent who sees their child standing on the platform as the train of their dreams is about to depart. He does not want you to miss this. He is leaning forward on the throne of grace, his heart beating in time with yours, whispering, "Now, my child, now. Reach out and take it. Believe for it. Claim it." So listen with every fiber of your being. Listen not just with your ears, but with your soul. This is the message, the blessing, the direct script from Archangel Michael, delivered not on parchment, but on the substance of your heart. This is the long-awaited word of your release. This is your moment. Do not let it pass. This is not a test of your worthiness, for your worth was established before the foundations of the world were laid. This is a test of your readiness, a final, gentle nudge to see if you are truly prepared to release the grip on the old stories that have defined you, the narratives of lack and limitation, of heartbreak and abandonment that you have worn like a second skin. The trembling in your hands is the physical manifestation of that old skin loosening, of a soul preparing to mold its past and step forth into a newness so brilliant it can scarcely be imagined. This energy you feel, this shifting in the very plates of your reality, is the arrival of a new timeline, a parallel existence where your greatest prayers are not just answered but are already lived in facts, waiting for you to cross over into them. This crossing requires a leap of faith, but not a blind one. It is a leap into a certainty that your soul already possesses, a knowing that your mind is only now catching up to. Archangel Michael's tears are drying now, replaced by a look of fierce, determined joy. He stands before you, not as a distant, ethereal concept, but as a palpable presence in your room, in your heart. Feel him now. Feel the expansive, protective energy that pushes back the shadows in the corners of your life without effort. His sword is not drawn for battle now. It is pointed downward, its tip grounding this colossal, heavenly energy into your very feet, anchoring this miracle into your earthly experience. He is weaving a cloak of divine authority around your shoulders, stitching it with threads of blue and platinum light. This cloak is your mantle, your permission slip to step into the power that has always been yours. It is the armor against the whispers of the past that will try to pull you back, the shield against the disbelief of a world that cannot yet see what you are becoming. With every word you read, this garment becomes more substantial, its weight not a burden but a comfort, a constant reminder that you are no longer alone in this fight. You are being enlisted, knighted in this moment into a higher order of your own existence. God is not a distant watchmaker who set the universe in motion and stepped away. He is the very breath in your lungs, the intelligence behind your heartbeat, the consciousness that animates the atoms that form you. And his message is one of urgent, passionate love. He has seen the long road you have traveled, every stone that bruised your feet, every desert that parched your throat. He witnessed every time you shared your last piece of bread, even when you were starving, every time you offered a kindness when you were met with cruelty, every time you chose love over bitterness when bitterness was the easier, more logical choice. These were not unseen acts of endurance. They were sacred offerings, and each one was placed on a scale, and that scale has now tipped. The currency of your suffering has been converted into the capital for your miracle. The treasury of heaven is now open, and your account overflows. But currency must be spent. Capital must be invested. This is the divine economy. Your withdrawal slip is your faith, and it must be signed now. The miracle that is ready for you is not a single event. It is a cascade. It is a domino effect of grace that will topple every obstacle that has stood in your way. It begins internally, a sudden, inexplicable peace that will settle in your heart, a peace that makes no logical sense given your circumstances, but that will be unshakable. This peace is the foundation. Upon it will come the healing of your body, of your emotions, of memories that still carry a sting. This healing will feel like a warm, golden oil being poured over your mind, seeping into the cracks of old wounds and filling them with light, making them shine instead of ache. Then will come the restoration of time, of opportunities you thought were lost forever, of relationships you believed were broken beyond repair. People from your past will reappear not to reopen old wounds, but to bring closure, apology, or collaboration. Doors you knocked on years ago that seemed permanently sealed will suddenly swing open, not because the lock was changed, but because you have grown into the person who possesses the key. And then the abundance. This is not merely financial, though it will include that. This is an abundance of ideas, of creativity, of energy, of love, of connections. It will feel as if a divine download has been completed, and your mind will buzz with solutions and innovations that seem to come from nowhere. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time, not by accident, but by a celestial navigation system that you have now been granted access to. Strangers will feel compelled to help you. Opportunities will find you. The world will seem to conspire in your favor because, for the first time, you are fully aligned with the current of your divine purpose, and that current carries you effortlessly towards your destiny. But the gateway for this cascade is this present moment. The realm of release is not a physical place, but a vibrational frequency, a specific alignment of heavenly bodies and spiritual energies that creates a corridor between the realm of the possible and the realm of the manifest. This corridor is open now. It is at its widest point. But like a planetary alignment, it is temporary. The window is contracting. The divine urgency you feel is not a manipulation. It is a loving warning from a father who sees the storm ending and the sun breaking through, urging his child to come out of the shelter and finally feel its warmth on their face. Do not let the shadow of past disappointments cloud this moment. This is not like the other times. This is the time those other times were preparing you for. Your past has been the cocoon of darkness necessary for the formation of your wings. Now is the moment to break out. The struggle within the cocoon is over. The pressure you feel is not the walls closing in, it is the strength you have developed pushing out. The breaking open is not a destruction, it is a birth. So I ask you now, in the name of this profound love, in the presence of Archangel Michael and the entire host of heaven that has gathered witness to your unlocking, make the choice. Do not just read these words and move on. Engage with them. Let them be the catalyst. Your faith is the yes that heaven is waiting for. It is the permission you grant to the universe to deliver what is already yours. Close your eyes. Place your trembling hand over your heart. Feel the truth of this message resonating in your very core. Your soul knows. It has always known. Now let your mind and your will catch up. Say yes. Whisper it. Declare it. Yes, I receive my miracle. Yes, I step into my release. Yes, I accept this divine unlocking. For in this yes, you will feel the final seal break. You will feel a warmth flood your being, a light fill your vision from the inside out. The trembling will cease, replaced by a profound, unshakable certainty. The window may be closing for others, but your yes will have thrown it open wide, anchoring this divine frequency into your life permanently. This is your moment. This is your time. Your heaven has arrived. For your yes is not merely a word, it is a master key forged in the fires of your perseverance and cooled in the tears of angels. It is the final conscious alignment of your will with the divine choreography that has been unfolding since your first breath. When you utter that acceptance, you are not asking for a miracle to be created. You are giving heaven the legal authority through your sovereign free will to deliver what has already been manufactured in the unseen realm specifically for you. This is the moment the transaction is finalized. The deed to your new life is being signed, notarized by the host of heaven, and transferred into your hands. The trembling will cease because the anticipation will be over. The energy that was causing that holy agitation, flooding every cell, every neuron, every memory with the confirming peace that feels like coming home to a home you have never physically seen but have always known in your spirit. This peace is the first and most profound evidence that the shift has occurred. It will be a peace that defies circumstances, a deep, unassailable knowing that resides in the core of your being, untouched by the chaos that may still swirl temporarily in your external world. This peace is your anchor in the days to come. It is the proof that the miracle is not something coming from outside of you, but something that has been activated within you. You're the miracle. The light you've been seeking at the end of the tunnel is now emanating from your own eyes. The love you've been begging to receive is now overflowing from your own heart. The abundance you have been praying for is now circulating through your own creative ideas. You have become the source, plugged directly into the infinite power of the divine. This is the true nature of your unlocking. You're being switched on. And as you power up, the world around you will begin to reconfigure itself to match your new elevated frequency. This is the law of attraction operating at its most sublime and efficient level, guided by the hand of God and the angels. You will notice synchronicities that are too precise to be coincidence. You will find yourself thinking of someone moments before they call you. You will stumble upon exactly the right piece of information, the right opportunity, the right resource at the exact moment you need it. The universe will become responsive in a way that feels like a loving conversation. This is not magic, it is order. It is the natural state of affairs when a human being is in full alignment with their divine purpose. The obstacles that once seemed immovable will now appear as minor inconveniences, or they will simply vanish as if they were mirages sustained only by your belief in their solidity. The people who were meant to walk with you in this new season will appear drawn to your light like moths to a flame, not to take from you, but to collaborate, to love, and to build with you. Do not be surprised if this unlocking brings a period of intense acceleration. Time will feel different. Weeks may feel like days, and months may bring changes that once would have taken years. This is because you have stepped out of the slow, grinding timeline of struggle and into the swift current of grace. It is vital that you nurture this new connection. This is not a one-time transaction, but the beginning of a new way of living. Protect your peace fiercely. Guard your energy. Be mindful of the voices you allow into your sphere, both the external ones and the internal critic that may try to reassert itself. That critic is just a ghost of an old identity, and it holds no power over you now unless you grant it audience. When it speaks, thank it for its service in protecting you in the past, and then firmly usher it out. You are under new management. Your life is now being guided by the divine intelligence within you, which speaks through intuition, through sudden knowings, through a deep and abiding sense of rightness. Your prayers will change. They will become less about pleading and more about grateful reception. Less about asking for what you lack, and more about giving thanks for the abundance that is now your lived reality. You will pray from a place of victory, not a place of need. And in this state, your every word will carry creative power. You will speak light into darkness and watch it scatter. You will speak healing into situations and witness transformation. You will speak abundance over lack and see provision manifest. This is your birthright. This is the authority that Archangel Michael's tears and God's urgent love have delivered to you. You are not just a recipient of miracles, you are a generator of them. Your very presence will become a blessing to others, a walking, talking testament to the faithfulness of God, even when you say nothing at all. The divine delay you experience, the long nights of weeping, the feeling of abandonment, all of it is now being redeemed. It is being woven into the narrative of your life, not as a tragic chapter, but as the essential training ground for the glory you are now stepping into. You will find that your greatest pains have become your greatest sources of empathy and strength. Your deepest wounds have become the very places through which light now shines most brilliantly to others who are still in their own night season. You are being commissioned as a guide, a light bearer. Your testimony is not just for you. It is a weapon of hope that will shatter chains in the lives of those you are destined to meet. So move forward in this bold, new confidence. Take steps, however small they may seem, toward the dreams you had almost let die. That idea for a business, that book you wanted to write, that relationship you longed to heal, that journey you yearn to take, now is the time. The energy of heaven is at your back, a wind of grace filling your sails. Do not wait for all the evidence to appear before you move. Move in faith, and the evidence will manifest around you as you go. This is the dance of co-creation. You take the step, and God lays down the path beneath your feet. You have been fully unlocked. The door is open. Walk through it. The future that was promised to you is not a distant dream. It is here. It is now. It is yours. Live it. Breathe it. Be it. This is not an ending, for true divine assignments have no end, only ever unfolding new beginnings. This is a quiet, steady hum of a life now permanently attuned to the frequency of miracles. The frantic, urgent energy that heralded your unlocking has settled into a profound and unwavering knowing. The trembling in your hands has been replaced by a steady, purposeful strength, the same strength that now anchors your soul. You move through your world differently now. The air itself feels charged with potential, not as a fleeting opportunity to be seized in panic, but as a constant, generous field of creation that you are always, effortlessly, a part of. You are not waiting for a sign anymore. You have become the sign. You are not searching for a miracle. You are the living, breathing evidence of one. The longing that once defined you has been transformed into a deep, contented gratitude that pulses in rhythm with your heart, a constant, quiet song of thankfulness for the journey and its glorious destination, which was, you now understand, the same thing all along. The world continues to spin, and challenges may still arise, for this is the nature of the earthly experience. But they no longer hold the same power over you. They are not monsters blocking your path, but merely weather patterns passing through the vast and stable sky of your being. You meet them not with fear, but with a curious grace, knowing that each one carries within the seed of a greater blessing, a lesson wrapped in the guise of an obstacle. You have the tools now. You have the connection. When a shadow, the old doubt, tries to creep in, you simply turn your inner gaze toward the light you now carry, and the shadow dissolves, having no substance of its own. Your peace is no longer dependent on external calm. It is the bedrock of your existence, the unshakable foundation upon which your new reality is being built, day by day, brick by brick of conscious, joyful living. Your relationships are transforming. You are able to love from a place of overflow, not lack. You are able to see the divine spark in others, even when it is clouded by their own pain, and this vision alone becomes a healing force. You are a silent permission slip for those around you to also step into their light. Without preaching, without forcing, your mere presence, calm, assured, and radiant, becomes a beacon that guides others home to themselves. The love you now give is pure, for it expects nothing in return. It is simply the natural emission of your soul, like fragrance from a flower, and it attracts its own kind, drawing a community of light-filled hearts towards you, creating a network of mutual support and celebration. The work of your hands is blessed. Every task, no matter how mundane, is infused with a sense of sacred purpose. You understand that you are not just completing a chore or a job, but you are shaping energy, adding your unique thread to the grand tapestry of creation. Creativity flows through you like a clear river, ideas arriving not with struggle but with gentle inspiration, and you have the courage and the confidence to act on them, knowing you are supported by the very forces of the universe. Abundance in all its forms, love, joy, health, ideas. And yes, material provision flows to you naturally and effortlessly because you have removed the internal barriers that once blocked it. You are a clear channel and the universe is endlessly abundant. You think of Archangel Michael now not with a sense of distant awe, but with the warm familiarity of a most trusted ally. His presence is a constant, a feeling of immense strength standing just behind your left shoulder, a whisper of blue light in your periphery when you need reassurance. The memory of his tears of joy is a touchstone you can return to whenever you need to remember the cosmic significance of your journey. And God is no longer a concept to be debated or a figure to be pleaded with. God is the air you breathe, the love in your heart, the intelligence in your cells. The relationship is intimate, immediate, and personal. Your life is a continuous, silent prayer of co-creation, a joyful partnership with the divine. You have arrived at the place your soul always intended to reach. The seeking is over. The struggle has ceased. What remains is the glorious, peaceful, exhilarating business of living your purpose, of being fully, completely, and unapologetically yourself, a masterpiece of divine design, a child of light who has finally fully come home. The door that was unlocked remains eternally open, not as a passage to something else, but as a permanent gateway within you, through which the love and power of the infinite forever flows. Your story is no longer one waiting for a miracle. It is, and will forever be, the story of how you became one. Go now and shine. The world has been waiting for the light that you are. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a word that could shift your season. Your next confirmation is just a video away.